Welcome to the Actors Penthouse.
Hey, I'm Brett.
I'm Noah, and today we have
Lee Barton.
Lee Barton. Thank you, Lee.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming out, Lee. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Lee, you've worked with us.
Yes.
You've worked with us multiple times.
Yes.
You shot your demo reel with us. You
Yes.
were in Scramble, which
Yes.
is our feature film. And you just keep coming back. You don't do
Yeah.
nothing else, can you?
I am. I'm quietly addicted.
Yeah.
Or maybe not anymore quietly. I guess.
There we go.
Say it out loud.
Yes.
It'll make you feel better.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about why you're an actor and just a little bit about you.
Well, I've had a long and varied path to get here. No, I actually have a background in statistics, and I don't know how many actors have a master's in stats, but I might be the first who's going to win an Oscar. And I've always been a writer, and then I started to get into acting in San Francisco when I took a year-long Meisner, and I began to realize that I need acting. I need it in this world because for me, it's the study of your soul. It's the most, I think it's one of the most, and I so mean this, it's one of the most beautiful pursuits of vocation I think you to pursue honestly. It is the study of the essence of being a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just about the most noble thing you can do on this planet, you know? And for me, it keeps me alive. It reminds me that there's always something more in you. There's always a boundary. There's always a greater frontier. And that I always believe my best work is the next thing I do.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That's
That little phrase right there. I always believe that the best work I do is the next thing I do. I may have.
That's how I function, and
Yeah.
all the artists I admire, you know, it's their work always gets deeper as you get older. You know, and stagnance is death. Stagnance is death, and that for me, it's always about expansion, and pushing and pushing and always pushing. And I think acting is just one of the most. For me, it keeps me the most alive out of all my pursuits. I'm a writer. I'll write till I die. But it's a very solitary activity.
Right.
what are some of the successes you've had since being in Los Angeles?
Well, I've only been here 2 years, but
You're a baby. You're a baby.
I got into SAG.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes, thanks to your film.
All right.
So thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
No problem.
I've been in 2 movies. I'm actually going to the premiere of the other film I did last year on Tuesday. They just
cool.
emailed me. So
Congratulations.
thank you. So I've had a couple of those, and I mean, the best is yet to come.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's I've got my reel done through you, and I feel like I'm building a base,
Right.
building a foundation to spring.
So speaking of that best that's yet to come, what show or what show do you want to be on? Who do you want to reach out to?
I would love, and I'll tell you what I did. I would love to be on the Twin Peaks revival on Showtime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And who's the casting director for that?
Well, it's David Lynch,
David Lynch.
and I think
Wow.
I would imagine he does in interviewing. But I actually sent them a specially made because I love Twin Peaks. I love the original show.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan, so I did my own dream sequence video, and I don't know his address. It's hard to find, so I guessed and sent it to his daughter's thing.
Okay.
The other show I dig is House of Cards.
Yeah.
I really dig. I like Kevin Spacey, and I can't get enough of that show.
Who's the casting director of House of Cards?
Kimberly Skirm.
Kimberly Skirm.
Skirm. And let me say, I would cut my hair for that show.
There you go.
That's a big thing
That's
for me.
dedication right
Well,
there.
Yes.
Kimberly and David Lynch, we are gonna come after you and show you what Mr. Lee Barton has to offer.
That's right.
And in that case, let's
With that-
let's show the reel.
This is gorgeous, deranged alchemy. The most dangerous there is. You have lovely fingers.
Give it to me.
If I give it to you, what will you give to me?
That was not part of the deal.
One can change the terms now, can they not?
We are here to discuss business, not pleasure.
Can it be both? There's nothing else beyond you. I know what we're doing, going behind his back, I know it's wrong, but I can't help it.
We have to. Before the wedding, we have to cut it off.
And you expect me to see you on birthdays, Christmas, and not feel anything?
You'll forget about it.
You're just scared of what we have. Fear has got a dirty mouth, Hallie.
I ain't telling you anything. You owe me. How many times have I kept you out of jail? You can't play the cousin card anymore. Please, just come to the precinct and tell us what you know.
You know they're gonna kill me if I tell you anything.
They won't know who you are.
You don't get it. Of course they're gonna know who I am. Then they're gonna squash the rat, which means me.
Nothing's gonna happen to you. You come to the precinct, you're protected.
By who? Your cop friends?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very
Lou.
nice.
Awesome.
Very
Yeah.
nice, man.
That was great. I love those scenes, man.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really especially dig that one with the potion scene. That's my personal favorite.
And it was such a magical time to film that.
Lighting was so
Yeah.
wonderful.
And that location was great.
Yeah, just very. There's such an atmosphere there.
And it's so unique, you know, and that just that.
Yeah, we caught it. The elements came together.
Yeah.
We caught a good time to shoot.
Well, now, you know, you're progressing in your career. You've been here for 2 years. You know, you're gung ho and you are going for it. What are some of the obstacles that you find as an actor that you're encountering?
Well, I always say the biggest enemy is the cat in the mirror. So for me, it's all internal obstacles. It's self-doubt and little forms of sabotage and overcoming my own feeling that I'm not worthy, feeling that I don't deserve, I think these are things that lots of artists can, you struggle with, and for me, it's just all internal, and it's just making, catching habits in yourself is, I think, the most difficult thing. It's why I'm an actor, because it helps me do that.
Right.
So ironically, the field I'm pursuing is helping me overcome these very obstacles.
Yeah, you mean like breaking your bad habits?
Yeah.
Right.
So
well,
for me,
you can see what's going on a little more. You're a little more. There's a little more
yeah,
introspection
we're
going
just
on. And,
human beings are a big pile of habits. I believe we all have love in us. I'm Gnostic. I believe God's in everybody, and it's all the stuff that we accumulate, habits and stuff, that keeps us from, that eternal Jesus like connection. So for me, it's just self-doubt and those kinds of, self-deserving, those kinds of things that make me want to work harder.
Right. Well, speaking of habits, what's your one favorite habit?
I don't quit. I'm like the Terminator. You can crush me, you can kill me, but I will come back. I don't quit.
That's great.
Even though I may yell and scream that I quit and, kick walls and say a bunch of garbage I don't mean, there's something in me that refuses to quit.
Yeah.
And you just can't, and especially in this industry, you can't sell yourself short, and you can't quit, and you can't listen to other people when they think you should.
That sounds like great advice for our audience and actors out there. And I mean, do you have anything else to add on top of that to leave our audience with?
The audience being probably actors, I would say, it's a battle of faith, and it comes down to you.
Right.
In the end, there's no one else to blame, and it's a really competitive industry. It's tough knocks, but you know what? So is life, and to me, it's worth it.
Yeah.
When you make the dream happen, it's worth it. My other advice is to watch things that inspire you. Make sure you do that. For me, I like old movies, so I like to watch I'm a big fan of Orson Welles, because the man was a visionary, and he when he made it work, he didn't listen to anybody, and he pushed through and got his vision, realized. So for me, it's always make sure you're in touch with something that inspires you.
Awesome. And speaking of being in touch, how do we stay in touch with you? Social media?
Well, hack my phone, right? That's really, because I'm not on Facebook. I'm not a huge social media guy, but you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. I think it's Mr. Lee Barton, because sometimes people think I'm a woman because my name is
Mr.
Lee.
Lee
So it's
Barton.
Mr.
It's
It's not vanity, it's gender identification.
right,
That's
right.
why I do it. So that you can do that. Or you can go to my website,
What is that?
mrmrleebarton.com.
Excellent.
That's
cool.
probably the
Excellent.
best way to do
Well,
it.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure.
Of course. And
Absolutely.
thank you guys for tuning in once again.
Catch you next time.
We'll see you next time on the Actors Penthouse. Peace.
Thanks, Lee.
Thank you.